I am going to go in and out with the commentary um, and listening to Brian and all that. So right now, Fingerguns did win priority. He chose secures. Um, Brian chose extracts. Okay, and right now Brian is selecting board edge and choosing points. I think he goes 19 here, just to scare Fingerguns a little bit to make him think maybe he plays Black Order. But I think he's going Criminal Syndicate. I could be wrong though. 14, interesting. I do like his options at 14 with Criminal Syndicate. We'll see what happens. Um, I do like Fingergun's chances at 14 as well, because the Guardians can go. They're very very cheap, and you can do a lot with the points. And right now we're gonna mute Brian right quick, okay? And we're going to wait for the roster change, okay? So guys, bear with me. This is my first time streaming match, and it's my first time commentating. So it looks like Fingerguns right now. So standard, Rocket, Groot, Star Lord. He's going. Looks like he's thinking about going Winter Soldier here. Interesting. With this roster, though, does he have a plan for the Deadly Legacy virus, though, is the question. I think Fingergun's going to be focused on playing sword base more. And just like I said here, I thought he was going Criminal Syndicate. So it looks like he's going Kingpin, Toad, Bullseye, Black Cat, and he's basically playing a standard Deadly Legacy virus game, which right now, so this is the deal. So with Kingpin's leadership, he can pass around the extracts. Um, a Black Cat can steal an extract easily by getting power and just walking up and taking it from somebody. I think what he's going to end up doing here is he's going to play the Deadly Legacy virus game, try to assemble Exodia as best he can, and win the game that way, which is not a bad strategy, which is pretty good for him. Looks like Tactics cards. He's going Heroes for Hire, Field Dressing, Indomitable. I don't know how much Indomitable will help because I don't think there's a lot of pushes on Fingergun's side here. A lot of control. There's not a lot of control. I don't think. Yeah, with the roster he's going with right now, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Star Lord, Winter Soldier. There's really no control. But the thing is here, with this being blind selection, you cannot see what both opponents are doing. So let's take a look at the list here. We're gonna go with Fingerguns here. It looks like he's going 5 wide at 14, and this is why I love the Guardians list. They're cheap. They're easy. You can go as wide as you want. At 14, you can go 5 wide. I mean, look how cheap this is. That's 3, 6, 8, 11, 14. Going 5 wide along with Brian here going 5 wide with Criminal Syndicate. They can go as wide as well. They're kind of cheap cheap too. Um, so I think what we're gonna get here, what I'm seeing is Fingerguns is taking the approach of he's gonna play sword base. I think he's gonna try to win sword base as fast as possible, make it life miserable for him, and maybe get a legacy cure or two. Right now, what I'm seeing from Brian is I think he's more focused on assembling the viruses all three together and try to get those 8 points and just win the game that way, which is very, very strong for Criminal Syndicate. With the fact that you have Black Cat right now that can steal objectives, you have Toad that can go up within 2 and take one rather easily, and then with the leadership, you can just pass it around. It should be rather easy with him. I don't see mission objective inside his tactics cards at the moment, but not that he needs it. I don't think he needs it, but I mean, I think mission objective will definitely help if he had it. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on. Looks like they're not able to. Okay, looks like the deployment tool. Okay, so they are. Everything's fine. Okay, so it looks like Fingerguns was trying to deploy, and that wasn't working for him. Anyways, guys, how's your night going so far? Talk to me. All right, so he's measuring range. Bucky got a really great buff with the changes. He has a range 5 rapid fire that gains power equal to damage dealt. It's a really, really good builder. Probably one of the best builders in the game. And the other thing that's really cool about Bucky is that he counts towards your affiliation because he's a rogue agent. Okay, so really good stuff there. Kingpin, not surprised, being deployed there in the middle. Star-Lord coming out wide here. Toad coming out wide. I'm thinking maybe Toad should have been maybe more towards the middle, but that's okay. He can grab that middle secure and be as safe as possible. We'll see what happens. I think Star-Lord's kind of happy with this right here. He's going to basically be shooting a slippery toe throughout this entire game to try to take that legacy cure. I love Fingerguns' list though with Guardians here though. The Lizard is amazing. He's tanky. He's gonna last all game. He should survive the entire game. He has a throw, push as well. Really good model. Yeah. All right, so Lizard. It looks like Groot is down towards the end there. I'm thinking Rocket's gonna head down towards this area right over here, right next to Groot for the bodyguard and just pop shots. Luke Cage is heading towards the middle. It looks like trying to get. Maybe try to set up some bodyguards there for the fight for that middle point. Here comes Rocket. Yeah, right next to Groot. Standard. Let's see if Brian places anybody over here. I don't... Right now, there's nobody on this side at this point in time. Maybe he puts Black Cat out to here. Oh, no, right in the middle. Looks like he's playing for these two extracts. I remember Fingerguns did win priority, so Fingerguns will be going first. So he will get the first crack at a virus. So I'm curious. Maybe he starts with Star. I don't think he starts with Star-Lord. He might start with Lizard, and either get this legacy cure or the middle, and make it as difficult as possible for him to get that. Because right now there's nobody on this side at all, and I can see Rocket double moving up twice or Groot going up twice and getting that cure. Maybe Groot starts the turn for Fingerguns. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So Bullseye looks like is the first model coming out to this side of the flank, which is interesting. Okay, here we go. All right, so I think we're all set up here. And we're ready to go. I think he's set. I think Brian is set here with Bullseye and is okay. So it looks like they're going to... I don't know why they started the timer, but... All right, guys. Let's play some MCP. Who's hype? Who's hype? We got Guardians of the Galaxy versus Criminal Syndicate. Let's do this. Well, it looks like Fingerguns is going to be starting with Winter Soldier. That's rather surprising. I figured maybe he wait a little bit and pop some shots like blast a gun. You know what I mean? Gets the rapid fires going on the middle objective there, but we'll see. I wonder if there's something going on. Let me see. Let me listen in. Let me check, see if anybody messaged me. It's Terwilliger. Oh. Terwilliger. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Let me listen in here. It looks like there's something going on. Hold on. I'm going to listen in here in a second. Is there something going on with the game? Okay, no. We're good. We're good to go. Okay, so Lizard starting off turn one, going for that middle objective. Very, very good play here for Fingerguns. Gonna come here and take the middle extract and rather easily. Let's see if he goes for virus or sword base. Let's find out. Ooh, he's going for the sword base. I like it. Huge fan. And Winter Soldier right now, if he tries to contest for anything, if anybody tries to come out here and contest for that middle secure, right, that middle secure objective, Winter Soldier's got shots all day. And I mean shots upon shots upon shots. So Brian has some work here. So I'm wondering what he starts off with. I think Black Cat is a later in the game activation. I think right now what he can do is start with Toad. And possibly take that cure up there. And just basically hide behind that building there. get cover, and force Star-Lord to come out to shoot. I wonder if there's something going on. We're going to listen in.
I'm going to go with...
Okay, so they're doing okay. Sorry, it's kind of weird. I'm not listening in, so I don't understand fully what's going on, but let's see who he starts with. I think he starts with Toad. I think that's the easy activation. You get that out the way, right? There's not really not much to it. You just want to be within 2. You can get on top of that trolley there. Oh, Black Cat. Let's see. And it's going just like I said. Like I mentioned earlier that I think Fingerguns have been playing sword base, and Brian is going to be playing the extracts and trying to get all 8 points and Subazordi and win the game. That's how I saw it going, and Fingerguns is making the right decision here by going for sword base. So winning sword base early is huge. And also Brian is brand new. Looks like he's newer to TTS. So he might be having some issues with the placement and all that. So there goes Black Cat. Makes a move. Probably going to go for the outside extract here. Maybe the secure. We'll see. But I think he's going for the virus. For sure. 100% sure he's going for the virus. And I think we're going to be in for a long game here, which is good for me. I'm off the rest of the week. I get a chance to commentate games and watch some hype-ass MCP. Let's go. I just want to start seeing some shooting. I just want to start seeing some shots being fired right now. So, okay, so spends a power, and let's see what happens here. Is Brian as well going for... It looks like Brian went for the secure rather than taking the virus. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. So it looks like Brian is aware of losing sword base early and being behind on that. I mean, it can be brutal for both teams. So let's see. I think Starler moves within 1 and goes for the 50-50. The thing about this, though, is that he does get another crack at it with Toad. So let's see what happens. So right now he's trying to position Star-Lord right behind the trolley. Oh, going for the virus. Okay. This is getting rather interesting here. It looks like Fingerguns is like, okay, bro, listen, you're not going to play virus? I'm going to play virus then. I'm going to do both. How about this, bro? I'm going to win the secure, and I'm going to take viruses. What you got to say about that, bro? That's Fingerguns' response right now. What you going to do about this now? Now I got your virus, bro. I thought you were playing viruses. Okay. I can play this game. I like this. The other thing is, too, with nobody on this side over here, this is going to be tough to get that secure. So right now, this is going to be this is going to be really easy for Fingerguns to win sword base and get the legacy secure out here rather easily and be up on points. So let's see what he does here. The other thing is, too, like with sword base, Kingpin's leadership really doesn't add anything, right? I mean, yeah, you count as 2, but with sword base, it doesn't matter if you have more than one person on it. You roll a die, it's a 50-50. So Kingpin's leadership really... Ooh, goes for this. Okay, goes for a virus. Okay, so right now, Fingerguns, 1 virus. Brian, 1 virus. And right now, currently, sword base is tied. So right now, currently, we have a 1-1 game. Not that... If the round would end right now, it'd be 1-1. So I think right here, he moves twice and goes for the secure. Or takes the... You know what? Takes the virus. I'd put the virus right on Groot. Why not? Go to the side there. You don't have to get on top of the car. And what he can do next is run up twice with Rocket and go for the sword base. He really doesn't have anybody to come out here. He's gonna have 2 shots on this console. So let's see what happens. So I think he goes and picks up the virus here with Groot. My opinion. My humblest opinion, he goes and gets the virus. I could be wrong. Because I saw an interesting play here earlier with Black Cat, and I thought Black Cat was going to take... Ooh, and goes for the sword base. Dude, this is interesting. This is interesting. Right now, Fingerguns has this sword base on lock. At this point in time. Definitely has that legacy virus. Unless Bullseye wants to get ballsy and come out and try to take that. I mean, I think Rocket possibly one-shots him. Also, Winging It tokens are on Winter Soldier, Lizard, and Rocket Raccoon. Okay, here we go. So we get an attempt on sword base here. Let's see what happens. Now, this is scary now. It's a 50-50. It can go either way. If he fails on this one, I don't think Bullseye has the space here to get to this one here because of the building being in the way, because of where the positioning of Kingpin is and all that. I don't think Bullseye can get here with 2 moves. I could be wrong. So let's go 50-50 time. What are we... Okay. So here we go. I think he's trying to load up 1 die here. And again, Brian is rather new, okay? So he's learning as he goes. So 1 die. Let's see if he gets it. Hit crit wild. Rolls a blank, and that is huge. That is huge. Right now, I think he can... Fingerguns has 2 activations that he can play with here. He can come up here. I think he waits for Winter Soldier to start popping shots and start melting Kingpin down a little bit to get that legacy virus. I think you go, yeah, exactly. You go Rocket Raccoon right now, and you take that cure. You take that cure. Right now, Fingerguns could possibly be going up 5-1, turn 2. Depending on what happens here. He really needs to flip one of these secures to make this game not get out of hand. And we'll find out what happens here. Yeah, Rocket's going to come up easily, walk over the car, and take the legacy cure. And pay 1, take the legacy cure. Looks like he's trying to position himself rather nicely here. Ooh, that placement. Ooh, that placement. Is he overlapping on the car? I don't think so. I think he's okay. He's looking good. Fingerguns is a professional. He knows what he's doing. There you go. Picks up the cure. Done. Now, you got Toad. Now, here's the thing. Toad can go for that sword base and get within range 2 and go for it. He needs to take control of sword base. You cannot go down 5-1 in this scenario. Okay? You need to force Fingerguns to try to go for 50-50. You have 1 sword base. You just need 1 more. Now, what he could do is possibly maybe move twice with Bullseye, contest this one, and then Toad goes to the middle and tries to contest it within 2. Move twice, should get there rather easily. Okay? This is tough. This is tough. Fingerguns putting the pressure on early. Turn 1. I like it. And he's up on viruses, which I didn't think he would be, honestly. Man, this tea's really good, by the way. I'm drinking some tea, watching some MCP, bars. All right. So I'm hoping he's thinking what I'm thinking here. He definitely... Oh, why? Why go outside? You have that sword base. You have that sword base. You don't... Right now, Toad's game is not out here. You miss... Oh, let's see what happens. Let's see what he's thinking. Is he thinking about doing an attack on a Star-Lord? I don't get what he can do here. That's his already. That's his. 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 That's h I'm interested to see what's going on here. Really interested to see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. And gets within 2 and does an attack onto Star-Lord. Okay, maybe he's thinking to try to weaken out Star-Lord and take a virus. I don't agree. I think he should have went out to the middle here and tried to contest for sword base because sword base is huge. Ooh, 3 wilds. 3 wilds. He's gonna get the push and 1 damage. I don't think he takes the push though. There's no reason to take the push. Just take your damage, gain your power. I really think Toad should have came out here wide and contested the sword base. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. But let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And he does take the push. Interesting. Interesting. He takes the push. I would have kept Star-Lord right there, but hey, maybe he has a plan. I don't know. Maybe he has a plan. I can't see. All right, so that's Toad activated. Right now, all he has left is Winter Soldier. So Fingerguns will have priority top of turn 2. And if he wins sword base, he's going to get the push. I'm curious. I'm trying to think who he would rather push here. Maybe maybe push Black Cat. Push Black Cat and get her father out of the game. You know what I mean? Not a bad idea. We're gonna hit up the... Sorry, I'm trying to get some people in the chat. All right, here we go. So comes up. He's going to move twice, I think. He's going to move climb, it looks like. Or does he just pop a shot in the Kingpin and just melt him down a little bit? Hope for the rapid fire. Because right now, I mean, he's well controlled. Yeah, there you go. Yep, here comes the rapid fire, probably in the Kingpin. Kingpin will most likely get cover. Right next to the building. Ooh, 2 crits and a wild. And I think he needs the hit here for the rapid fire. He does. Rapid fire needs the hit here. Yep, so 4 dice. Looks like it's going to be going into Kingpin. Blocks 1, does get cover, so blocking 2. If he rolls the hit here, he gets the rapid fire. He does not roll the hit, does not get the rapid fire, but that's really good. That's 4 damage coming in and 2 blocks for Kingpin. Does not have the power to inured. Will take the 2 damage there. And a bleed as well, by the way. And a bleed for good measure. Now you're bleeding. Now you got the big man bleeding on his nice suit. Looks like he's rolling another die. I don't know what happened there. So it looks like he got some shots. Shot the Kingpin. Some of the bullets went right through his tuxedo vest. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It was into Luke Cage. My apologies. I thought it was into Kingpin. Okay. Pop some shots into... All right. That's a really good activation for Bucky, by the way. Really good. So, he had a wing into tokens. My apologies. Those are the rerolls coming. All right, so we got Bullseye moving. Does he just move and contest? He needs one of the sword bases. He needs a 50-50 to go his way. If he does not get a 50-50, he is behind massively. Okay? And he does not have control of the viruses right now, which is not good. So he needs this 50-50 to go his way right now. Here it comes right now. Bullseye. 1 die. 1 die. Let's go. Spend that power. Roll that die, man. You need this hit. You need this hit. Let's go. Let's go, Brian. Oh! It's a blank. Oh, this is where the 50-50s come to bite you in the ass. I feel your pain, Brian. But I really felt like Toad should have come out. What are we doing? Toad should have come out because right now it's gonna be 5-1. I don't know why this keeps coming up on the screen. Right now it's gonna be 5-1 Fingerguns. Okay, and he's gonna be able to get the push here. I think he pushes Black Cat. I don't know why this keeps coming up here. I don't want to import anything. Like, I don't get it. Hold on a minute. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like they're trying to figure something out. Okay, they're getting... Okay, there we go. So we got... It's 5-1. Looks like they got the points. They're doing the auto cleanup. Fingerguns maintains priority. Okay, which is huge. This is really, really... This is not looking good early right now for Brian. So right now, what Brian needs to do... Okay, and he needs to win sword base this turn. Okay, he needs a couple of days. He needs some dice to go his way. He needs to win sword base and try to get another virus. Okay, right now he can easily creep up on Star-Lord here, and he can walk up and be doing attack and get a couple points of damage, steal the virus, walk away, and then hopefully do a jump. He's gonna need about 5 power for that. So he's gonna have to do about 4 damage to Star-Lord, which can be doable. Oh, and he pushes Kingpin. Okay. Not bad. There goes Mr. Pin. Pin does not like being pushed or thrown. Similar to Magneto. He really doesn't like it. Okay. Yep, sword base. Yep, I got it. Really good. Really good stuff. Okay, so now Fingerguns gets to start priority here, and right now Winging It tokens went to Winter Soldier, Lizard, and Rocket again. I'm wondering if Rocket has range 5 to Kingpin to start popping some shots and to... Oh, Winter Soldier's going. Here we go. Spent 2 power. He's going to Hydra Tactics off of Lizard, positioning him closer. Now, what's good about this is that he pushed Kingpin out of cover. And now from here, what Winter Soldier can do is just literally just go ham with 2 shots, possibly 4, because if he hits the rapid fire every time, he's going to get 4 shots into Kingpin. And Kingpin is not going to like this, okay? Let's call it what it is. Kingpin is rather tanky, though. He could spend the 1 power to a neared. So he could survive all this. He could take nothing. Let's see what happens. Winter Soldier does have Winging a token, so he can reroll up to 2 dice and try to get that hit if he does not get it on the rapid fire, on the first attack for the rapid fire. Needs a hit, though. That's all he's concerned about is getting a hit. And also remember, Bucky does gain power equal to damage dealt, which is insane. Range 5 gun with an assault rifle. Ready to blast your ass. Here we go. Dice are being rolled. What you got for me? Ooh, hit crit. Ooh, right now Kingpin with 2 blocks. Got a crit coming in. Let's see what happens. What's important here, though, is that Fingerguns got the rapid fire. He definitely will inure to take no damage. He should. Yep, spends the power, does not take any damage. Here comes the rapid fire. So Bucky did not gain any power for that. Rapid fire, here it comes. How many shots can Kingpin take? How many shots can this big boy take? Ooh, that's 3 hits coming in. Blocking 1, taking 2 because he does not have power to inure it again. Unless he does, and I'm just not seeing this right. Because Kingpin's still... Oh my god, he's attacking Luke Cage. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I thought he was attacking Kingpin. I'm sorry. My bad on that, guy. Sorry. Attacking Luke Cage. Okay. So this is a rapid fire into Luke Cage. I kept thinking that he was attacking Kingpin because he pushed him back and get him out of cover. My bad on that, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so it looks like he's doing a spender into Luke Cage at this point. And this spender is insane. So Red Fury, the target gets pushed away small, then immediately makes an assault rifle attacking that character. So even if this fails, he's going to get another shot into Luke Cage at this point. Why is he rolling 3 dice, by the way? It's physical. Oh, it's supposed to be in a... Is it in a bullseye? Oh, it's into bullseye! And he goes and dazes bullseye. Bullseye is dazed. Wow. So Bucky went first into Luke Cage, did some damage. Dazes bullseye. Oof. What an attack. What an attack in the bullseye. What an activation for Winter Soldier there. This is getting tough now. Right now he has 4 activations left. He will get priority next turn, but if he maintains this lead, it's going to be 10-2 next turn. And it's just going to be really hard for Brian to come back from this. So let's see what happens. Let's see who goes next. I'm going to try to listen in here to see what Brian does next, okay? Let's get the audio in here. We're going to unmute him. Let's listen in. Looks like he's debating Kingpin. Let's hear what he has to say. Is he thinking about a cane laser? Okay, here comes Kingpin. What's he thinking about doing here? Right now he needs to be focused on sword base. 100%. Thinking about a cane laser, possibly? He needs power, though. Let's see what he's thinking here. So we already spent an action to move up Kingpin. I'm just trying to listen to see if he does just a regular builder or a cane laser into this right now. You shouldn't be concerned about Rocket or Groot. I don't think Rocket has line of sight to Kingpin at this point. If we're looking at the side, oh, he does. Rocket looks like he does have line of sight. It doesn't matter. So we're doing a builder. So we're doing a builder into Winter Soldier. Here we go. Not a bad attack. 3 hits coming in. Fingerguns rolling his dice. Let's see what he gets. Some defense dice here. Blocks 2. Does he waste a wing and a toe? Oh, he cannot. He has a failure. So he's going to take 1 damage here onto Winter Soldier. He does not roll the wild either. I believe on Kingpin's builder here with the wild, it's a stun and a push. Did not get the wild there. So let's see if he goes for the sword base here and try to flip it. Right now, at this point in time, he has 2, with Luke Cage not being dazed, okay? He has 2 opportunities for the sword base. So let's see what happens here. He has 2 power. I don't think he can do a throw or anything for 2. He can do a throw, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. And he's spending 2 power and he's going to do the throw. Okay, so he's going to throw Lizard out. Throw medium. Not bad. But again, I mean, you think, I mean, yeah, it does take an activation away from Lizard, but at this point in time, how does that help you on the sword base, right? We'll see what happens though. Let's see what Brian's thinking. I mean, that's Kingpin done. That sword base push really screwed him. Really, really screwed him. Taking an activation, you guys don't know how important it is to take an activation away from a character. Action economy is very, very important. Okay, you want to maximize as much as you can out of a character by by not having the opponent take an activation away from you. Like for example, Kingpin got pushed. Fingerguns knows that Kingpin has range 2 and 3 attacks. If he does a push onto Kingpin and he's not within range to do his build or anything like that, or do the throw or whatever, he knows he's taking an activation away and forcing Kingpin to walk, the thing that he doesn't want to do, right? And that way he doesn't get 2 activations to do 2 attacks and then do the throw. You know what I'm saying? So okay, here we go. We got Star-Lord going, and I think Star-Lord's gonna literally walk on top of that building, shoot Black Cat, and then shoot Luke, daze him. Yeah, why not? If he dazes Luke here, he's done. He cannot take that sword base in the middle. That's what he's thinking here. I think he can easily do a hit and run on the first attack here, but I don't think he has range on Toad or Black Cat because Black Cat has stealth. Gotta remind yourself of that. Rocket can do it. All Rocket has to do is walk up, shoot, which is not a bad idea. Save the activation for Star-Lord for later. So right now it's between Rocket and Star-Lord. Neither is a bad option. Neither. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're probably going to burn an action here with Groot, it looks like. That's right. Groot does have a range 3 attack. I keep forgetting that his strike is range 3. Oh, that tree branch. That tree branch reaches far. I think he's got it here. With the base and with that direction, I think he gets within range 3 rather easily here. Yeah, look at that. All day. Okay, let's burn. Let's Fingerguns' mindset is okay. Let's keep burning some activations here. If this fails, who cares? If this fails, who cares? You got 2 other opportunities to take out Luke Cage and to stop him from taking a sword base. If he stops Luke Cage here, this is gonna be rough, guys. All right, so here we go. Fingerguns doing an attack into Luke Cage. Let's see what Luke Cage does. So 4 dice physical. Here we go. He needs to block this. 3 hits coming in. Okay, blocking 1 right now, -1 damage, so effectively blocking 2, only taking 1. Does he get another block here? Does not. So effectively taking 1. That does leave Luke Cage alive on 1 HP, guys. Okay, so Luke is still alive. Okay, so he does have an opportunity here to take the sword base. But what's scary here is that he still has Lizard here that can go and take the sword base as well. Dazing Bullseye was huge. I don't think Bullseye is strong. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think he's really good in the sword base virus matchup. I think the C really hurts him. I think he's really strong in D because he can just sit back and pop shots, or like if it's down the middle, like an E map or something, he can just sit back and pop shots and just do plink of damage, plink of damage, plink of damage, plink of damage. You're done. All right, Brian's got a lot of work to do. And he's got a scary lizard staring down at him right now. Let's see what happens. It looks like he's going Luke Cage and possibly doing an attack into Bucky here. Now, if he can go and daze Bucky, he gets a free shot at the sword base. But again, he still has Lizard down there. It's just 2 hits. Okay, here we go. Does he get 2 blocks? Gets a block, gets a damage in. So he gains a power. He could throw, but he's just... I mean, Fingergun's just going to play brace for impact the minute he tries to go for a throw. So does he do a Sweet Christmas here? Has 5 power. Does it leave him enough to go for this? It does. He can go for a Sweet Christmas, hope for the throw. Or just do another builder and see if he can get the... I mean, right now he needs to do... Where are we at here in health? He needs to do 3 damage. I don't think a builder would do it at this point. So maybe he has to gamble here with the Sweet Christmas. Let's see what happens here. So another builder, it looks like it's just 5 dice into Winter Soldier. 1 hit. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. He blocked it. Man. See, this is a situation where when you're trying to rely on dice to go your way, man, this is where it hurts. He cannot lose sword base again. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see what Brian does. Med packs himself really good. Okay, go for sword base. Gotta go for it. Gotta go for the 50-50 right now. You are way behind in points. You have to go for it. Let's go. Spends it. Come on, you gotta get this hit. You need this hit, Brian. You need this hit, bro. Let's go. Roll that die. Get that hit. Let's go. Hit crit wild. Let's go. Hit crit wild. Got the crit. Loving it. Okay, finally takes the middle sword base now. So right now, Brian is in control. The problem is here, he has nobody on this side to take this one. The battle's for these two. And right now, he only has 2 models left. That's an activated Luke Cage with a dazed bullseye. Okay. He does have field dressing, but right now does not have the power to bring back bullseye. Okay, now that's interesting as well. So maybe Brian was hoping to gain some power there, to have enough to med pack and go for all this, but he needed to do a lot of work. And it was a lot of work. He needed a lot of dice to go his way to do that. So that's Luke Cage done. Okay, so now he's in control of sword base, has 1 virus. If he can maintain sword, he's in this game. He's in this game easily. Right now we have 2 models out here. Right now I think what Fingerguns does here, he can play with his food out here because nobody can reach this secure. Nobody. He has Rocket Raccoon, Lizard, Star-Lord left. Yeah, and here comes Rocket. Basically, probably gonna take a shot in the Luke here. If I'm Fingerguns, you gotta be fearing the field dressing. Now, granted, if he wastes it on a 2-threat bullseye, good luck. But do you take that chance? Because here's the thing. Here's what can happen, okay? Now, if he wastes field dressing on bullseye, what he could end up doing here is, and now if he walks off the point, what's scary about that is, okay, so we got, looks like we got some, oh, Star-Lord into Toad. Here we go. Okay, so he changes his mind, Star-Lord into Toad. Here we go. He can Plucky Attitude this, by the way. He can Plucky Attitude this easily. Okay, so right now, blocking nothing. He does nothing. He could do a Plucky Attitude right now. This is what I'm thinking he's going to do. Plucky Attitude is, if you roll no hits, yeah, can we re-roll all the dice? So let's say if he does, oh, he does not go for any damage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Fingerguns at this point is saying, you know what? I got the point. I'm going to make a chase for it. I got viruses. Come get it. I don't need to play. Right now, I'm up on points. I can chill. I don't have to do anything. All I need to do is just position myself for next turn and do something really cool. He has 2 activations left along with Brian. And what sucks about this is that Brian cannot pass because they're equal in activations right now at 2-2. Yeah. So anyway, so let's say, for example, if Rocket comes out here and does some damage in the Luke Cage, what can possibly happen is that he does burn a field dressing onto Bullseye, and Bullseye, depending on if Rocket walks off the point, that's even more dangerous, because then what ends up happening is Bullseye just climbs over and then walks towards sword base and takes it. And Fingerguns does not want that. He knows he needs to control sword. Right now, he's not in control, but right now he only has 1 crack at it, which is with Lizard. So Fingerguns is banking on that 50-50 here in the middle with Lizard. So what Lizard can do here is walk up, do an attack into Luke Cage, push him off, and go for it. He still needs, his Kingpin is still there. So we'll see. Actually, this is rather interesting. Let's see what Brian does here. Toad's got 3 power. Black Cat's got 1. He's in control of this. secure. That's secure. Rocket's way out here. He might be able to win sword base. He might be able to win sword base. Yeah, I mean, Rocket would have to... Yeah, this is interesting now. Maybe I should shut up and just not... Not speculate. So now Lizard has to fit himself within here and put himself within one of sword base. Do an attack. See if he can get a push. Maybe he pushes off Luke Cage and basically literally stops any kind of field dressing shenanigans at this point. And then go for sword base. He still needs a 50-50 because Kingpin is there and Luke is there. I think what he needs here right now is he might be thinking about taking a shot onto Luke with Rocket and see if he can get the days. It's going to be tough because Luke Cage is a god in this game, by the way. Like, Luke Cage is another one of those characters who's tanky, hard to kill, and just a beast. Just an absolute beast. So, let's see what happens. He's got a really unique decision to make here. He does have 2 rerolls onto Lizard. So with the rerolls, he should be able to get at least a couple of points of damage, a point damage, and possibly the push, which will push off one of the characters. In order for him to get sword base clean, he needs to daze Luke, and he needs to push Kingpin. He needs to push Kingpin with Lizard's attack. And then just go for it. Just literally spend the power and it's his. All right, so it looks like Black Cat is going here. That's right. This is Brian's activation, by the way. I'm thinking about all this, and it's Brian's activation. Is he thinking about... What is he thinking about here? Trying to stay out of 3 of Star-Lord. Because she does have stealth, so as long as Star-Lord is not within 3 of Black Cat, Star-Lord cannot target. He does not hit. Black Cat does not have Wall Crawler, by the way, so he cannot do that. I'm hoping Fingerguns is letting him know. She does not have Wall Crawler. She cannot make it on top of that building. I think they're talking about it right now. Yep. They're talking about it right now. It's a weird thing with Black Cat. She has everything else except for Wall Crawler. Didn't say. I don't think they went far enough with Black Cat. To be honest with you. They didn't go far enough. All right, here we go. So, what does he do with Black Cat here? Is the question. Now, what's scary about this is if Black Cat moves off the point, Lizard can literally double walk over to that secure, that console there, and take it easily with no one contesting. So maybe he needs to go with Toad. I don't know what Toad's going to do. Toad does not have an extract. I don't know what... Okay, so we got to move here. Maybe attacking Bucky here. Go for Buck. Hope for the best. Build some power and maybe set up to steal shenanigans next turn. Right now, he's in control of sword base, which is important. But I think, honestly, Fingerguns just walks twice and takes that secure. I really think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to literally give up on the middle, walk twice, or just literally burn an activation rocket, shoot, and see what Toad does. And if Toad does not secure that base, he's just going to walk over and take it. No problem. I don't know what's going on here. TTS gets so weird sometimes. Basically, he's trying to get right behind the mailbox there. Okay. Really interesting. Turn 2 always seems to be the longest turn in MCP as well. It really, really is. Like, a lot of shit happens turn 2. Like, a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It can determine a game a lot, too. Turn 2 is very, very important. I think turn 2 is like you're middle in the action. You're trying to gain the advantage points wise, and then turn 3 is like you turn it up, and it's like people start dying and KOing and all that cool shit. You know, there was an interesting conversation I remember almost a year ago where someone was asking, when do you do your big plays? Right? Do you do it turn 2, turn 3? And a lot of people say turn 3. I mean, turn 3. All right, here we go. We got some dice being rolled here. We got Black Cat possibly going into Bucky. And just one. Okay. Blocks it. Didn't get the pierce. Did not get pierce. And does nothing. So Black Cat's basically just going to sit there. Honestly, Fingerguns has the opportunity to take the secure and force Toad into a 50-50. Right now. Yep. Just as I said that. Am I a genius or what? Am I guys, how did I call that? How did I know? How did I know? How did I know he was going to do that? I'm not even listening to them talk. How did I know Fingerguns was going to do that? Come on now. Come on. Am I not the best commentator? Now he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. So I'm pretty sure he can get within range 3 easily and within 1. Yep. No problem. Flip the secure right now. Just flip it. Great play from Fingerguns. Great awareness. Now what's scary is it's going to come down to a 50. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so yep. Does not do an attack. Yep. Flip sword base. How did I know, guys? How did I know that? How did I know that? Holla at your boy. Let's go. What a play by Fingerguns. Smart play. Right now, all he has left is Toad. The only thing he can do here is comp, and he needs to win sword. He cannot lose sword again. I'm telling you that right now. He's going to be down 10-2. He cannot lose sword again. Period. This is stressful. Yeah, I'm thinking Black Cat should have just stayed. You know? Then it would have forced Lizard probably to go to the middle here. And maybe take the sword base. Maybe Fingerguns was plotting that anyway to go out there and take that regardless. But we'll see what happens. He needs to win sword. It needs to happen. Right now. I don't know what Groot's measuring. Maybe throws or something. No one's within 2. Maybe that's what he's measuring. I don't know. He needs to win sword. That's all Brian can do. If he loses sword again, I can't see it's going to be hard for him to come back to win. He does get priority top of turn 2. I just don't see a way. That's a tall. I mean, sword base is tough, man. Once you start going down a sword base, it's tough. I'm gonna turn off. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna turn off Steam for a second. It's just driving me up the wall. I'm getting like friend invited on this other crazy shit. Okay, here we go. So comes up with Toad. Go for the 50-50. You gotta do it. You gotta do it, buddy. That's the best you can do right now. If he wins sword, he's in this game. He's in this game. He needs this die roll. He needs this 50-50, bro. He needs this 50-50 to go his way. He needs a hit in the worst way. Hit crit wild. Okay? Hit crit wild. That's all he needs. It's 4 out of 8. Okay? He's got to go for it. Let's find out. And I'm glad Brian is seeing that, by the way. Good play by him. Way to recognize that if he goes down a sword again, this is going to be really tough for him to come back. You know, he could have not seen that. He could have not seen that and did something else completely and not go for the secure. And just completely forget about it. It happens. It happens. When you're playing these high-level games like this, like, you miss on things. Okay, here we go. 50-50 time. 50-50. Got it. Got the crit. Okay, Brian is in this game. He won sword. Good job, Brian. That's how you play MCP. That's what I'm talking about. Good play, Brian. You got it. So now you got 2 power. I don't know what Toad does here. It's either Toad. What I'm thinking Toad can do here is he can possibly hop and do an attack into Star-Lord and possibly do some more damage and try to take the virus. Or try to get closer to take the virus. It's going to be tough because he's got cover and he's 3 defense dice. It's going to be hard for him to do. He could do a hop. A hop would do it. He has 2 power to hop. He needed that crit in the worst way, ladies and gentlemen. Needed it. Good job by Brian there. Love it. Way to stay in the game, bro. Way to stay in the game. So right now, what can happen here is he'll score 4 points, putting up to 5, and that'll Fingerguns will score 2 for the viruses, putting him to 7. So it'll be a 5-7 game going into round 3. So we're not seeing a 10-1 like shellacking here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that shit. He could have a. I mean, if he's thinking about doing an attack, I would not attack Lizard. I don't think it's worth it. He could attack Star-Lord if he just does a hop. He needs to do a hop. Oh, he just activates Toad. That's it. Toad's done. He could have done a hop and attack. Okay, so now Fingerguns, does he walk twice and try to take Sword? I don't know. Right now, if I'm Fingerguns, he's definitely thinking about a way. Now, does Rocket have Wall Crawler? Does not. So I don't think he's going to get to that sword base in the middle there. Now, he can possibly maybe work something out here if he comes out to this side. Okay, so I think he's dead set on shooting Luke here and dazing him. I think he's dead set on it. Yeah, maybe he comes out to here and the movement too, but I don't think he makes it because he would have to bend it and go this way. I don't think the climb would get him there, but I could be wrong. So here we go. 5 dice, possibly going into Luke. Let's take a look. Got 3 hits. Okay, 4. 4 for Fingerguns. Is he rolling dice? What's going on? Yeah, into Luke. Yeah, I could see that. So into Luke. So it's going to be energy. Yeah, okay. So Rocket Raccoon into Luke Cage. And Luke should be rolling 3 energy defense here. Luke should be rolling 3 energy defense. So what are they debating here? Oh, Heroes for Hire has been played. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Heroes for Hire has been played. He has not rolled dice yet. Right now he's got 4 hits coming into Luke Cage. Blocking 1, so that's going to be doing 3 hits. That's not enough to daze him, so he's going to get the throw here. Now, granted, Rocket Raccoon does not take collision damage, but it doesn't matter. He gets to reposition. Ooh, what a block. Blocks 2, gets the crit coming in. Let's go. Let's do this. Right now, effectively blocking 3, taking 1 damage. So he's blocking 3, taking 1 damage. Luke survives. What a god. So now he gets to... So we got rerolls coming in. Just to burn it. So right now, effectively having 5, blocking 3 with -1, taking 2 damage on Luke Cage. Luke Cage will gain 2 power, and he will be able to get the throw on the Rocket. So it's going to be away. Where does he throw? Because I don't think it's a May. I don't think Heroes for Hire is a May. Yeah, it is. So he does not have to throw Rocket here, but maybe he's thinking about just taking some shots away from Rocket Raccoon. So this is really good. And I don't think Rocket will take a damage from this because he can't take collisions. That's okay. But again, we talk about action economy. If I can take away an attack from you and force you to move and force you to do something that you don't want to do, that's huge. That ruins, action economy is very important. So really good stuff here for Brian. Does really well. Wins sword base. That's really good for him. This game is not a landslide. Good job for Brian. Really needed the 50-50 to come through. Got the crit on that sword base. Really awesome stuff. So that's going to be 5-7. 5-7 going into round 3. This is going to get interesting now. This is getting interesting. I personally think right now he's going to use sword base to push in Star-Lord. That's what I'm thinking he's going to do. Let's see what happens. Going into round 3, Brian does have priority because Bullseye was dazed at the turn before. And yeah, I don't think Exodia is going to get assembled this game at all. I could be wrong. He needs a couple of days to go his way. The viruses are a little too separated right now. So he needs to be able to. Brian needs to get one of the viruses right now. One of the easiest ones he can get is from Rocket, because Rocket, granted, he's got booby traps and all that stuff. He does have cover. His defense dice are really low. You can one-shot Rocket, no problem. The problem here is the push. If you push him anywhere in this direction, he gets within Groot, and Groot gets bodyguard. So he would have to push Rocket somewhere up to here and find a way to get to him to daze him and take the virus. Now, that being said, I can't see the range here. I don't want to interrupt the game. I don't know if Bullseye's within range 4 of Rocket. If he is, I think throwing knife. That's what he's looking at it right now. Throwing. Oh, it's like I'm in the mind of these players. Like I know them, dude. I know what they're thinking. So, throwing knife, you do not benefit from cover. It does not ignore line of sight though. So he needs line of sight to Rocket, which he does not have currently. He could walk once and do a rapid fire, or just do a regular attack into Rocket and see if he can kill him. One shot him. World's his oyster at this point. I think Bullseye possibly is the right call to activate right now. Let's see what happens though. Let's just see what happens. All right, here we go. So we got some dice rolling right now. Let's see who this is on. We'll find out in a second. I'm pretty sure this is Bull. This is 5 dice. Oh, what a spike. What a spike for Brian. This is the time he needed him. They do sword base. I can't interrupt the game, by the way. I did not see sword base at all get used here. Is it a May on sword base? Let's take a look. He may. So he probably chose not to do the push. Okay, so right now it looks like these attacks are going into Bucky, and it's Bullseye going into Bucky here. 1. I think he's going to end up doing the 1 damage to daze him anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he blocks here. Rolls in the crit. That's a dead Bucky because he has 1 left. So he's going to just do the spend 1, do the 1 damage, do the auto 1, kill Bucky. So he must have not chose to do the push with sword base, which is rather interesting. I would have pushed Star-Lord towards me. And that's a dazed Bucky. So right now, he's in full control of the middle secure. He has no other models around. This is really interesting for Fingerguns. This is a hell of a puzzle to solve here. I'm surprised he didn't do the push onto Star-Lord to push him closer. But that's what he wants to do. Surprised he didn't take the push. All right, so that's a dazed Bucky. Right now he's probably measuring range. What else does he do here? There's nothing else he can do. Out of 4. Groot right now currently does not have line of sight to Star-Lord. I mean to Bullseye. Neither does Rocket. Now, he needs to pay attention to his Black Cat play here. He does have 2 power. He needs 1 more to get the steal off of Star-Lord. Oh, you know what? That was probably a rapid fire into Bucky. Yeah. So now he's just going to move closer to hit Star-Lord. Okay, so the first action was a rapid fire into Bucky and moving closer into Star-Lord to be within range 4 so he can start hitting him and chipping him down and taking that the legacy virus. Ooh, he's in full control of that middle secure. That's really good for Brian. Right now, the game is here. The game is definitely here. Brian could send someone down here and take that secure. It all depends on what Fingerguns does, though. It completely depends on what he does. Now, here's the thing. Fingerguns is definitely getting priority next turn. Priority is going to swing back in his favor going into turn 4. So, interesting. I wonder what he does here. I really wonder what he does here. Okay. So, it looks like he's ready to pop some shots, but into who? Either Luke Cage or Kingpin. Maybe saving... I'm thinking he's saving Rocket for later. So let's see what we got going on here. We got Groot. Here we go. I need to turn off, like... the Steam stuff. Keeps popping up. All right, here we go. So right now he's debating Rocket. I should measure to see if he has the range 5 into Kingpin. So he's gonna move, shoot. What does he shoot? See, now this is what's crazy now. The viruses are now getting closer. So this could be in the advantage of Brian, by the way. Because right now the virus is in play. It's closer to Kingpin. He could just walk over, do an attack, either daze or kill Rocket. Take the virus. What he could do... Here we go. He's trying to kill Luke because right now he does not want Luke. Oh, man, but Luke got closer to him. Let's see what happens here. Rocket into Luke. Needs this daze. Needs this daze. So 5 dice going to Luke and its energy. And what do we got here? We got 2 hits. Does have 2 rerolls, though. Okay. So right now he needs to do effectively 3 to 4 damage. And Luke needs to block nothing here. And he blocks nothing. Right now he blocks 1. He's got 1 damage coming in. Here come the rerolls. Definitely needs... Fingerguns needs at least 1 more hit here to get the 2 damage on the Luke Cage. Let's see what happens. Got it. Got it. Ends up dazing Luke Cage. Now priority flips back over to Brian, but more importantly, that dazes Luke Cage. Okay? Luke Cage is down for the count. Here's the issue, though. As I mentioned before, Criminal Syndicate want the viruses. Okay? With him moving up Rocket that close, that brings the virus closer. That's which I'm really surprised he moved up that forward with Rocket. I probably would have stayed back there and just pop shots at the Kingpin and just wait to see what happened there. But to each their own. Fingerguns, he's a really good player. You must have a plan here. Maybe to force Kingpin to go his way. I mean, if I'm Brian, he can wait a little bit on this side. Okay. He can wait for Black Cat. Because here's the thing. Black Cat can walk, take that console. But I wouldn't do it right now. I wouldn't do it right now. I would not do it right now. I would not do it right now. At all. This is interesting. This is very, 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 very interesting. This game just got tight. Turn is over to Brian. What does Brian do? He needs to maintain Sword as best he can. And try to get another virus. Maybe not get all three. I mean, if he gets all three and kills a character, that's 8 points. It goes to 13. He wins Sword. That's game. Right? So it's going to be tough to do. It's not hard to do. Because right now what he can do to pull this off, right? The other thing is, too... Yeah, okay, here we go. What's he thinking here? Maybe a troublemaker into Lizard to stagger him? Keeps him there. Right now, Black Cat should be focused on trying to steal an objective. If I'm him, what Black Cat can effectively do right now. Oh, no. Groot has... Okay, so Rocket... Now... I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Rocket Raccoon. This was smart from Fingerguns. Groot has Bodyguard. So, Rocket is safe. Rocket is safe. What he can do, though, is walk up, get close, do an attack. But it's going to go on... No, he doesn't do that because that goes into Groot. And he can possibly get no power. But, I mean, attacking Lizard isn't the option either. Attacking Lizard is not an option. I say wait for Black Cat. Activate somebody else. Could burn activation on Toad. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what happens. Don't know what he's thinking with Black. Maybe, I mean, why move that way? Okay, so Troublemaker into Lizard is what it looks like here. Yeah. Stagger Lizard. This attack is really bonkers. But what's scary about this is that he burns the power on Black Cat. And Black Cat's it's gonna be hard for Black Cat to steal unless Fingergun starts attacking Black Cat. Let's see if he can pelt him 1 damage. Blocks 4 from Lizard. What a champ. 4, 5. He's going to get the 1 damage. So 1 damage on the Lizard, gains a power, but is, more importantly, staggered. What does the Wild do for that attack? Elusive. Oh! He pulled off Elusive. That is a free movement for Black Cat. Black Cat can effectively move get within 2 of Star-Lord and do an attack into Star-Lord. Okay, I hope he sees it. Is elusive and a walk? Is it a walk away? No, it just advanced small. So what he could do here is advance small towards Star-Lord. I don't know what he's thinking here, but advance small towards Star-Lord. And what he can end up doing is doing an attack into Star-Lord, maybe doing some damage, and setting up the steal for next turn. We'll see what happens, though. So he moves towards Lizard. I think he's dead set on doing something to Lizard. I don't know. I don't know the deal there. What he could have done was also elusive and then walk towards the secure over here. All right, so he's going to walk this way. What does he have planned? What does Brian have planned here? I mean, it doesn't matter how many models you put on sword base. It's always going to be one die. It's not going to increase the die. I don't know what he's doing here. And that is a Black Cat activated. Interesting activation for Black Cat there. I thought Black Cat may be trying to focus on maybe taking a point, stealing an extract, or taking that far secure towards the left there. But hey, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the mind of these players. I'm just trying to guess of what they're trying to do. I'm going off of what I would do. Okay, so now Star-Lord's going to be going into Toad here. Probably with a hit and run. 1 damage. Let's see if Toad can block this like a champ that he is. He's definitely going to Slippery. Does not block anything. Takes a point of damage. Does have Wayne tokens. I don't think Fingerguns is going to burn it here. I don't think he cares. Let's see if he Slipperies for 2. Does not. Okay, so he's gonna burn another shot in Toad. Let's go. Is this a dead amphibian? We're gonna find out here. Ooh, 1 hit. The dice are starting to get cold for Fingerguns here. And he didn't have the power for hit and run, so he's not going anywhere. That is, wow, a great block roll. Man, MCP dice, bro. Let me tell you something. MCP dice are one of the craziest dice in any game. And Toad blocks it. Toad blocks everything. I don't think he's gonna burn a wing in it. Yeah. Here we go. Wing in a token. Does he do damage? Does 1? Man, MCP dice are some of the craziest dice in miniature gaming. Period. The spikes, the non-spikes. It's one of the craziest dice games I've ever played in my life. Okay, so now he's got an interesting decision here. What does Toad and what does Kingpin do? Right now, Lizard can only activate... He has 1 activation, okay? Because it's stagger. So right now, the most Lizard can do, he does not have enough power for the throw. Only thing he can do at this point is buy an attack onto Toad or Black Cat. I don't think he's going to attack Black Cat, though, because he does not want Black Cat to have power, period, for the steals. So I think he does an attack into Toad. Maybe Toad Slipperies, I don't know. And get enough power to throw Black Cat or something. So right now he's going to go Kingpin. So Toad is not going to activate, so he's going to go with Kingpin here. Possibly going into Groot, but is out of range 2 for a builder. And this is where placement, man, I'm telling you, is huge. Well, I'm sorry, like pushing and being within range 2. Because right now, he could do 2 builders into Groot. But the fact that Fingerguns didn't move Groot within range 2 of Kingpin, really huge there. So Kingpin does not get 2 attacks into Groot there to build some power and do some crazy shenanigans here. Right now, what he needs to happen, what Brian needs to get going here, move a nudge, move a little bit, hope the builder does some damage, and what he could do is throw Groot medium. Okay? Or move within 2 of both, of Rocket and Groot, do some damage into Groot, possibly throw Rocket in towards the game, like right around here or something in this area. And that way, everybody can start attacking Rocket and start taking that virus from him. But it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do. It looks like he's dead set on attacking Groot and possibly throwing him medium and taking an activation away from him and controlling Groot. All right, here we go. Builder into Groot. Let's see what happens. Needs 2 damage here. He needs 2 damage. He has 1 power already. Let's see what happens. I don't think that's going to be enough. That's definitely not going to be enough. He just needs to block 1 here. Got it. Got the block. No damage into Groot. That is huge. You see how the dice swing both ways? Like, it's crazy. Like, Fingerguns just had bad dice, right? With Star-Lord. Got damage into Toad. Turns back around. Brian does an attack with Kingpin. And he just ends up with with some bad stuff here. All right, so let's take a look at the tactics cards for a second here. Fingerguns does have field dressing. He can field dress Winter Soldier back if he wants. He can move up Groot and set up a field dressing rather easily. No one can stop it. Needs just 1 damage to gain 1 power to do it, which is easy to do. He could come in and attack Kingpin, do a damage. It's going to be tough. I know it's a physical attack, and Kingpin's really good, and he does have Inured, so he can block 1 more. It could foil the plan, but I don't think that's a bad idea. I think he can get right on top of the building or something, or he's already within 2. He's got 2 shots into Kingpin. But the problem is he's not within 2 of Winter Soldier at this point. So he has to move on top of the building, find a way to stay within 2 of Rocket, and get within 2 of Winter Soldier. That's what he's thinking about right now. So he's trying to position himself on top of this building to be within 2 of Rocket, be within 2 of Winter Soldier, hope to do a damage onto Kingpin. And if he does, that opens up field dressing for Groot. The problem here is, if that doesn't work, that effectively wins. That effectively wins Sword for Brian, which is good for him. Which will definitely it'll put the game at 9-8. Because Fingerguns, 9-9 actually. It'll be a tie game going into round 4, which would be really, really exciting. So let's see what Fingerguns does here. He's in a pickle. He's in a pickle. In hindsight being 2020, maybe Brian should have taken the slippery. He could have slipperied out to here and basically set up something where Toad can hop, move, and take that secure back there. So let's see what happens here. Groot is going into Bullseye. I forgot Bullseye is still in the game, by the way. I forgot. He's on his injured side, but he is still in the game. So here it goes, attacking the Bullseye. Smart play from Fingerguns. I didn't see that. I thought he was going to go into Kingpin. I forgot about Bullseye. I'm sorry. He's a 2 threat. Easy to forget. Okay. So here we go. We're going into Bullseye. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Oh, got 3 hits. This is enough. Is he going to kill Bullseye as well? Does he have a wing in a token? Does not. So he's going to do 3 damage here. It's more than enough. It's more than enough to set up a field dressing into Winter Soldier, which will allow him to go for sword base to win it. And yeah, I mean, so what's going to happen here is now let's do some stuff here. What's going to happen here? The fact that he's within range 2 of Winter Soldier right now. What's going to happen is that, what is he doing here? Why? Well, he's going to do a damage into Groot and then move away. Not that it matters because Winter Soldier is injured anyway. Winter Soldier is injured. So he doesn't count as contesting that. So right now, and you know what sucks? Kingpin is not contesting the sword base. So yeah, he's going to field dressing win that point. And it looks like Fingerguns can win sword base this turn. Unless he finds a miracle and dazes Groot. But I don't see it. Not with Toad. It's not going to happen. Now let's take a look at Toad for a second. And let's look at the tactics cards too. Fingerguns has not played a tactics card in 3 turns. This is really, really good. He's going to definitely play field dressing this turn. He still has Deadly Duo, which can set up a whole bunch of nonsense over here. Brace for Impact, Indomitable, Mark for Death. He's got really strong cards going into turn 4. Currently, right now, Brian has field dressing, which he's having a really hard time trying to find a way to play. Ooh, wait a minute. Toad is moving. Toad does have 5 power. Toad can set up a field dressing here. Let's see what happens here. He's going to move Toad here. Okay. What happens? I believe this is the second action to move. Okay. So now... And he's going to field dressing Luke Cage right now. Okay, here we go. Luke Cage is back. Really interesting here. Now, let's see what Fingerguns does. I think Fingerguns literally starts turn. And let's take a look at this for a second. Wait a minute. Fingerguns does not have... Why doesn't... Okay, so I'm confused as to why... Oh, he must have spent the field dressing already onto... Let's see what's going on. Okay, so he's going with Lizard. I'm confused as to why Groot doesn't have 4 power. He should have 4 power here to field dressing Groot. To field dressing Winter Soldier here. I'm really confused now. I must have missed something that happened here. Maybe he I don't know. Because Fingerguns should have the power. I mean, he did a decent amount of damage into Bullseye. So I don't know why he doesn't have his power, but we'll find out in a minute. So that's 2 hits. It looks like this is going into Black Cat. So Black Cat will probably take 2 damage. Take 2 damage here. I'm sorry, 1 damage. I apologize. He's gonna get the throw. So he ends up throwing Black Cat off the point and then goes for the secure, which puts Fingerguns up to. I'm confused as to why Groot doesn't have his power. He gains power to equal damage dealt in his attacks, right? Yeah, so I don't understand why Fingerguns does not have the power here. Where did his power go? I'm confused. Let me see if I can listen in here and find out what's going on. Because this is... Yep. So he took sword base. He did not get the push. He didn't have enough power to throw and then go for the point. The point is he ends up winning sword base. Luke Cage gets to activate. I'm really shocked that why doesn't Fingerguns have power? I'm confused. He ended up doing 3. He walked up and did 3 damage into Bullseye. I wish I can go in and say something, but I cannot. This is a league game. He should have the power to field dressing Winter Soldier. Because, I mean, if he's making a... I mean, this could be a huge misplay from Fingerguns. I don't know why he doesn't have the... I don't understand why he doesn't have the power. I'm pretty sure he walked in and did a builder. Now, what's crazy about this, he could do a booby traps and just kill Luke Cage here, which is not smart. I think the best route is to just see if he can make the climb here on top of the building and then walk. Oh, no. Here comes the booby traps. He's going to spend 4 for booby traps right now. He's going to have to do it here. Booby traps, here it comes. Okay, this is crucial. This is crucial. 1 crit, 1 wild, does it. It got it. Clutch. 3 damage, by the way. That is 1 damage on the Luke Cage, and that is him dazed. He probably should have came. See if he can get on top of the building here, then move towards the point there. But I still think he had booby traps ready to go. All right, so right now that gives 5 points to Fingerguns, which puts him to 12 points because he wins sword base, and 1 point to Criminal Syndicate. So right now it's 12-6 going into round 4. Really crazy game. Some weird things happening here. I'm surprised he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't in range. Maybe he was just okay with letting Winter Soldier die there. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna have to ask that at the end. Now, with him doing that with field dressing, that does give priority back to Fingerguns. Right now, all Fingerguns has to do is just maintain sword, maintain the viruses. He wins this round. Brian can definitely turn this around. Okay. He's going to push Black Cat. Smart move. Smart move. Okay. He does not want Black Cat stealing shit. Smart move. He's got a lot of work to do. So right now, the state of the game is Brian has the middle secure. Fingerguns has both outside secures and 2 viruses. So right now he needs to flip one of the viruses. He needs to flip one of the secures. Right now there's not a lot of action coming out to here. So what he could do, all right, now here we go. So we got some dice being shown. It's probably Lizard into Black Cat, just to see if he can push her out farther. All he's looking for is a wild here. He doesn't care about the power. All he cares about is the wild. Winged tokens are out. Winter Soldier has it. Star-Lord has it. And Rocket Raccoon. I'm surprised Lizard does not have a winged token. He could probably reroll for the wild. Got it anyway. What am I talking about? Blocks 2. Doesn't care. He got the push on Black Cat. That's all that matters. All he has to do here is reposition Black Cat. Oh, does not take the throw. Does not take the push. Interesting. I figured just take the push, move. Got the point. Oh. He put Root on Bullseye and put Root on Kingpin. That's why I'm confused. So, Fingerguns a turn ago. See, this wasn't here before. So, Fingerguns a turn ago went ahead, did his damage, didn't field dressing Winter Soldier, and put Root onto Kingpin and Bullseye. Okay, nice play. Oh, so it isn't Lizard. I'm sorry. So it's not Lizard and the Black Cat. It looks like this is Winter Soldier shooting Bullseye, it looks like. And Bullseye got the 2 blocks here. And I think in comes the rapid fire. Yeah, so he's going to try to finish Bullseye off here, take away an activation, and see if he can cruise to win this game. So 2 hits into Bullseye. He's got 3 defense dice coming in. Needs these 2 blocks. Needs these 2 blocks in the worst way to keep Bullseye alive. Does he get the 2 blocks? He gets a crit. Let's see what the crit does. Oh, it does not. And that's going to be a dead Bullseye. Bullseye is dead. D-E-A-D, dead. He dead. Bullseye dead. He's gone. And I think that was the rapid fire. So now Winter Soldier, yep. Gonna spend a whole bunch of power, I think, and do his builder. Do his spender into either Toad or Kingpin here. We're gonna find out here in a second. Let's see what happens. Sacrifice. So Kingpin spending a power, Toad is spending a power. So it looks like he did this, the spender into Toad, and it's going on to Kingpin instead. Good play there. Ooh, 2 hits, 2 crits. Really good, really nice spike here for Fingerguns. 4 hits. Blocks 3, and he's going to be able to inure this, not and take no. Oh, I don't think he can because he has his root on him. Blocks 4 naturally. Wow. Kingpin. I guess he is 2% body fat. Jesus. Here we go. Blocks 4. Gets rerolls here. See if he gets the assault rifle. See if he gets the rapid fire. Does not get the rapid fire. So no damage into Kingpin. Wow. But does put the wild out. I think gets bleed. Kingpin already has it. Great activation there from Winter Soldier. So right now, he's got 4 characters left. Sword base is well within control of Fingerguns right now. He needs to find a way to turn this around. Okay? This has got to get turned around. What I mean by that is he needs to, because right now 2 attacks into Rocket, it's going to be into Groot because of Bodyguard, okay? And Fingerguns has not played a card. Not one card yet. I mean, he's in really good control right now. He has not played a single tactics card, has not needed to this entire game. Let's see if he starts burning some tactics cards here. He needs to find a way to get rid of Groot. So that way it frees up everything onto Rocket. It's going to be a tall order, man. He's got 7 health. So luckily, Kingpin does have the Cane Laser, okay? So Kingpin does have Cane Laser. And he could do a Cane Laser attack and, hope for the best. I don't see it happening. But I've seen crazier things happen in this game that I thought I'd never see. And, so he's got some decisions to make here. I mean, let's see if he can pull off a miracle assembling Exodia. Now, let's find a way for him to do this, okay? What he needs to have happen is find a way to steal this objective with Black Cat somehow. And if he does, find a way to pass it to Kingpin or pass it to someone else with the leadership. And then take away Rocket's virus and pass it to either Kingpin or someone else so they can get all 3. And that'll be 8 points. So if he can find a way to do that, now it's going to be tough. Right now, I think Brian's focus should be his win sword base and try to get another virus. That's his focus. And this is tough right now. This is a really hard puzzle for him to solve. So I think Toad's just going to go here and take sword base and try to spread out Fingerguns a little bit here. I think that's what his intention is. We'll find out in a second. I think he can... How much power does Toad have? 1. Yeah, he can't spit acid. So I think right now, the game plan is move twice, get behind this car, and take sword base. Yeah, he's trying to stay out of booby trap range, which is really good. Smart play. So let's see what he does here. Okay. Definitely going to be within 1 of the point. How far does he go without triggering boot? He's not going to trigger it there. He's going to definitely be within 1 easily. I mean, he's got to make sure, though. MCP can be a game of inches, man. If you're off by a hair, if you're not within 1, I've seen it happen to many a good player where they think they're within 1, bro, and they're not within 1. You know what I'm saying? So that good placement. His base is able to fit on top of the car there. I think they're debating this. I don't think, maybe not. It seems like Toad is good there. I don't know. I don't know. He's going to have to take the booby trap. There it is. He's hit. Nice. He just had to nudge himself just a little bit closer there to the car and is able to get within one. He's going to spend the power, flip the sword base in his direction. That's a start. That's a really good start now. Okay, so now you're you control the sword. You got the middle. Because I think Fingerguns forgot to flip this, by the way, with Winter Soldier. Maybe he didn't want to deal with the 50-50 because Toad was there. I don't know. Maybe he just forgot to flip this. Because right now, no one's within range. He could move twice here with Star-Lord. But then again, that puts Star-Lord within range to get the virus stolen from him, which isn't good. Because right now, if he moves Star-Lord anywhere near here, right now, look where the viruses are. Black Cat, all Black Cat has to do is walk one time. Oh no. Oh no. All Black Cat has to do is walk one time, do an attack, do some damage, steal, and hope to have he needs. Okay, so how much power does he need to do this? Let's take a look at Kingpin's leadership for a second. I think it's 2 power costs to pass an objective. Let's take a look. Hold on, let's take a look. 2 power. Okay. So right now Black Cat has 2, Steel is 3. Needs about 5 power to do this. Okay. So he needs to be careful here and be careful. Star-Lord is in a great spot. Star-Lord does not need to move. Okay, so now we got some dice being rolled. So it looks like it's Rocket into Toad. Let's see what Rocket does. Rocket's looking to make some amphibian meat. He wants some frog legs for dinner. Let's see what Rocket does here. Let's see if he can make some frog soup. Some toad soup with his gun. 2 hits. Let's see what Toad does here. Toad should be able to block, and he does. Toad blocks 2. What a champ. What a champ. What a champ. Wow. So second attack into Toad. I'm wondering if Fingerguns should just take a second here and think about his options. Maybe, okay, he's dead set on killing Toad. 2 crits. Blocking 1. This won't be enough to daze. Maybe it is. Hold on a minute. 3 damage coming in, blocking 1, taking 2. That would leave Toad on 1 at this point in time. On 1. Does he have a wing and a token? He doesn't spend the wing in it. I think he just takes the damage on a Toad. Toad should do a slippery here and get behind the car. Oh, Deadly Duo's coming in. Okay, did not need to do it. Yep, here comes Deadly Duo. Is going to pop a shot into Toad. Hopefully kill him. If I'm him, I'd slippery right now. He should be slippering right now to get out of Toad's range. To get out of Rocket's range here. He should do a slippery and get like somewhere out to here. And to keep Toad. Well, does he need Toad alive here? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care that Toad dies because Toad did his job. So I think this is a Deadly Duo now. Yep, Deadly Duo. We're going into... Wow, no damage. No damage. Wow. And that is into Kingpin, or I think that's into Luke. Maybe Luke bodyguarded there. He didn't. So more dice here. 3 damage coming in. This might be going into... I don't know who this is going into. We're going to find out here in a second. Blocks 1. If it's Kingpin, he cannot inured. So he's going to spend the winging tokens here. We're going to find out how much damage and who it's going to. It's hard to tell. So right now, just 3 going in. So 2 damage going in. It looks like it's going into Luke Cage. Taking the 1 there. 3 hits. Got a crit. That's a nice roll there for Fingerguns. Blocks 1. Does this... I think this kills... This might be going into Toad and kills him. So that's 4 damage. Blocking 1. I don't know who this is on. Oh, into Kingpin. I'm surprised he didn't bodyguard with Luke on those 2 attacks, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. He had the bodyguard with Rocket here. I'm going to ask him after the match what happened here. Okay, so now we get an interesting situation. Kingpin has power now, okay? What he needs to do, in my humblest opinion, throw Groot the F out of here. Throw him medium out to here. Or throw him medium. Yeah, throw medium. Oh, does he have the... This is tough. Yeah, the best he can do... It's going to be a tough... No, he can throw Groot straight back this way. Because you can go through your own base on the throw. Okay, dice are being rolled here. We'll find out who's going into who in a second. I'm surprised he didn't do any bodyguards with Luke there. He must have forgot Luke has bodyguard on characters. So, okay. So, Fingerguns finally played a card, by the way, which is Deadly Duo. Oh, my God. Whoever's rolling these dice, this is a hell of a spike. This is a hell of a spike, and Fingerguns is not happy right now. This is 7 damage coming in. Oh, my God. MCP dice. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. No, no. Oh, my God. Oh, Dios mío. Oh, my God. He's left on 1. Brian needs this, by the way. Throwing the terrain feature. He's going to play base for impact. Good play. So that gets rid of the terrain feature. That looks like it was Luke Cage into Rocket, and that might have been a Sweet Christmas. Oh, my Lord. That is a lot of damage. That is a fuck ton of damage into Groot. Now, if that was the spender for Luke Cage, I think on the wild here, he gets a throw. So did he roll a wild? He did. So he does get to throw Groot, which I think he did, and that's what caused the brace for impact. So now what can happen here is he can possibly... he doesn't have anything else to throw. Yeah, he doesn't have the Coke machine or nothing to throw. So that slows, stuns Groot, which slow doesn't do anything. Stun is huge because that stops your power economy. Dude, ay Dios mío, the damage. The damage. Oh my God, he's going for it again. What a madman. He's going for it again. Now, if he kills Groot here, this is huge. This is huge. Oh my God, Luke Cage, what are you doing to me? Sweet Christmas. What are you doing to me? That is a dead Groot. That is huge for Brian. That is huge for Brian. That is a dead Groot, and he has not activated. Why that's huge? Look what just happened. Right now, Brian is in control of 2 consoles, and a virus is there. Kingpin has not activated yet, guys. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you. Hey, thank you for watching the stream, bro. That's right. I forgot he still has field dressing, by the way. Thank you for pointing that out, bro. I don't have a commentator, man. I mean, I don't have another commentator here to keep up with all this shit, so it's just me. So I'm trying to... My bad, I forgot about that. He does have field dressing. Now, what's going on here? I missed something. So right now we got 3 hitting 3 crits. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So that's Luke done. What the hell did Luke do? Why did he roll dice? I don't get it. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna field dressing Groot here. Groot's gonna go heal. Yeah. Has to. Has to. Yep. Go. Heal. Heal. Because right now he needs Groot alive. But you gotta admit, though. You gotta admit, that's a hell of a lot of damage. That's a hell of a lot of damage. I think this is going into either Kingpin or Luke. I can't tell. They both have 4 physical. Oh my God. Oh my. 1 hit. 1 hit for Groot. Is the throw on a wild? Because he just did the spender, I think. No, he just throws. Okay. Yeah. Throw Kingpin out. Yep. Throw the big boy out. Throw the big boy out. Yep. That can Indomitable. Indomitable's been played. Here we go. Okay, so he does not get thrown. Ooh. Fucking Indomitable, bro. Fucking Indomitable. Now what? Yeah, I think he's just going to move and take the sword base. Kingpin's not contesting. And I think Fingerguns made a mistake here earlier. I think he forgot to flip the secure. Like, he must have been thinking that... I don't think he wanted a 50-50 or something. I don't know. He could have flipped this earlier. He's going to flip the sword base. He's in control of sword base here. Good play for Fingerguns. So, man, it's... By the way, man, how's your day going, by the way? Mike, how's it going, bro? All right, so here we go. So that's group done. That's good, man. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. So now we got an interesting situation. Nice, dude. Nice. Are you streaming it or what? Is it getting streamed or what? You should be streaming that. You against Ryan Farmer, that's huge. That's like big news. All right, so here's the situation we got going on here. Kingpin, Black Cat have to go. Black Cat has been a non-factor this entire game. Oh, so he's going Kingpin. What's he doing here? Looks like he spent some power. Is he doing a throw? What's the deal? Is he going to throw Groot? I think he just throws Groot, auto dazes him, goes, takes the point. What's up, Gronko? How you doing, bro? Yeah, man. 7:30 Pacific time, so that is 9:30 my time, dude. Hey, man, if you need someone to stream, I'll let you. Well, I can't because I'm streaming someone else's game on Friday. Damn it. But if you need me to stream a game, man, let me know. Okay, so what's going on here? So it looks like he's measuring something. I think he's trying to throw Groot. Okay, good. So right now, here's the situation. So Kingpin's moving. Okay, I think he's going to go ahead and auto daze Groot. Take back... Oh, no, he has Root on him. He doesn't have the power to do the throw. So spend one. He's going to go for the 50-50. Here we go. 50-50 time. Let's see what happens. 50-50. Does not get it. Fucking sword base can go to hell. Okay, so he's going to go and take the damage here. I don't know what happened here. I don't know. I don't get what he did. He did nothing to... He spent power. I don't get what he did. Unless I'm thinking he tried to do the throw and Fingerguns played Indomitable and that's why he couldn't get the throw and just walked and moved and tried to go for sword base. That's the only thing I could think of at this point. Right now, it looks like Fingerguns is going to end the game here. Nah, man, you're gonna keep that winning streak going, bro. You're 10. You've won 10 in a row. Make it 11. Fuck it. Farmer's a great player, but fuck it. Make it 11 in a row. You're gonna win. Don't worry about it. I don't know what's going on here. So right now he has Lizard and Star-Lord to go. Right now, he's in cruise control. Now, here's the scary part. I mean, sword base is 50-50, so anything can happen here. I don't know if Star-Lord just goes in here and does an attack into Lizard. Personally, I think what he should do, what Fingerguns should do, is just, if he dazes Black Cat, the game is over. So he can go up there, move, pop a shot in the Black Cat, kill her. The game is over. Because he's in control of sword base. He has the viruses. The game is done. He's going to end up scoring 5 points because of the sword base and then 2 because of the viruses. So maybe he feels comfortable with just winning the game here with Lizard just doing Lizard things. We'll see. We'll find out in a minute. So this looks like, this is going into Kingpin. I think he's dead. I think he did. Oh, he did. That's how much damage coming in. That's 7. That is 7 damage coming. That he did. And there's the virus. There's the virus. And I think that will end the game at this. Well, I say that. What we have here, Black Cat can possibly turn. He needs to win sword base to keep this game going. Let's just put it like that. If he doesn't win sword, he cannot win. He cannot keep this game going. So, I mean, I think this is a wrap here, though. I think this is a wrap, 100%. Brian just made some. Yeah, there's no outs. He has to flip both sword bases, I guess. Like, that's it. I mean, Fingerguns played a really good game. I think Brian made some mistakes earlier by not playing the extract more. Okay, here we go. Black Cat, 50-50. Got it. He got it. Now, with the models being where they're at, can Lizard go for the middle? I'm trying to see if there's a spot here for Lizard. Hold on a second. Lizard would have to get to about right here. If Lizard gets, which is possible, Lizard needs to get here, and I think Fingergun sees it. He needs to get here, and he just takes it because nobody's contesting anyway. It doesn't matter. The game is over. Injured, healthy. Actually, no, it's bullshit. Black Cat is not injured. Black Cat's not injured. Black Cat is healthy. Black Cat is fucking healthy. He can, if he whiffs here, this is going to take 2 actions. If he whiffs on the 50-50, the game goes into round 5. Let's take a look. Here it goes. This is for the game. 50-50 for the win. We've seen this fail before. Oh, shit. What's going on here? Yeah, he's in there. Like a glove. Ace Ventura. Like a glove. He's in there. All right, here we go. 1 dice. 1 dice to rule them all. Got it, and that is game. That is game. That will give Fingerguns 7 points. I'm sorry, 5, which puts him to 17. And 17-6, he'll end up taking game 3. I think that puts Fingerguns at 3-0. That puts him to 17. 17-6. Great game, man. Great game. Let me see if I can jump in here and talk to the gentleman here for a second. Let's go into the room. Let's talk to everybody here. I got everybody muted. So there we go. All right. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. I that's how I felt my last game.
Yeah.
I needed the damage. I got like one less than I needed basically all the time.
Also, he's okay.
When I got none, I needed 2.
Okay. Yeah, guys, really good game there.
What game were you watching?
I think you had a shot, man. Like I think, what was it, round 2 or round 3? Did you turn sword base around? Was it round 2 or round 3? I can't remember what it was.
It was 2.
It was 2. Yeah, I mean, right? You did the right thing. You were in the game at that point. If you didn't, you were gonna get way behind. I think the mistake. I don't think you were focused enough more on the viruses, in my opinion. I think you play a better virus game than Guardians. Because I think turn 1 you came up and I don't know what happened here. I think, yeah, huge mistake. Yeah, huge mistake. Well, Toad should have came up here and grabbed the virus. You didn't do that. You ended up giving it to Star-Lord. And I think that was a huge mistake. I think if you play the virus game, because Criminal Syndicate does it better than Guardians, I think you can pull out the game because you can just pass tokens along to each other because of the leadership. That was it. I mean, honestly, everything else from there, you kind of came back and you were kind of like making some noise and doing some crazy shit. So like, I think just that turn one, man, put you way behind. Yeah.
I agree with you. As soon as I thought it out in my head, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. And then as I was doing it, right after I did it, it's like, he's only got one dude here. What am I doing?
Right.
Completely agree. That was.
Yeah. Exactly. But you live and learn. At least you recognize, like, you know it, right? Like, it's like, okay, yeah, exactly. That's good, man. Fingerguns, man. Dude. You played great. You played well.
I got good dice.
Yeah, you did, dude. You got some really good fucking dice, man.
Contested sword rolls. I got both of those.
You got both of them, yeah.
There's a couple of big spikes. That big spike in the kingpin at the end.
Yeah, that was fucking sick. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He just killed Kingpin. Get out of here. So, like...
The traps on Cage. The traps on Cage was...
Yeah.
Chef's kiss moment.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For this team.
Absolutely, dude. That was insane. So I got a question for you, man. When it comes to Black Cat, so I noticed you didn't really pay much attention to her. You mostly, I would say, focused more on controlling her rather than trying to daze her. Is that right? Was that what your game plan with Black Cat? Okay.
If she was gonna, because her power kept staying so low.
Yeah.
She was trying to do sword flip, and then she did her dagger spender. Like it was, I just didn't want her to have enough power to have a steal online right away.
Right.
He was gonna have to get there himself, and
Okay.
then once he got there, that's when I would start laying into her as much as I can, and that's what Mark for Death was for if she ever got
Sorry,
ever
I'm just
got viruses, ever got powered up.
absolutely no. I'm sorry. I might have had your volume down there a little bit. If you want to explain that one more time, Fingerguns, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. I didn't want to power her up
Mhm.
because she was doing sword plays,
Yeah.
and then she did the stagger spender, and so
Okay.
her power was staying below critical threshold.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Great recognition by you. Like, that's one of the things you have to do to Black Cat. You kind of have to either have a plan for her to take her down really quickly and just don't have her play the game, or just don't do shit to her and she doesn't have power to do anything, and good luck trying to generate power on her with her whatever attacks that she has. No, that's really cool. Yeah, this was a lot of interesting stuff. And then the other question for you, Brian, I think you won sword base. I think we said turn 2. I didn't see you do a push. Now, I might have missed it. Did you not take the push for sword, or what happened there?
I forgot.
Oh man, I did too. Yeah.
Okay, see, I couldn't say anything. I was commentating. I'm like, okay, he's gonna do the push. He's gonna do the push. I'm like, I don't think he did the push at all, and I can't jump in and say anything. So I'm like, I'm not an accuser. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I think because you had Star-Lord up here on top of this building, you could have probably pushed Star-Lord closer to Black Cat, because I think Black Cat was somewhere around here. I don't remember. And what could have happened here was Black Cat just started attacking Star-Lord, get enough power to do the steal. And yeah.
No,
But,
I would have loved the push.
yeah. Yeah.
I could have used it any number of ways.
Dude, sword base sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Sword base is one of those things. It's one of those weird secures. Like, you gotta remember, you gotta know, right? You gotta play it enough to know what it does, and it's all right. It happens, right? Maybe
You're absolutely right, and I have no problem admitting I bad turn 1 play, missed the push. I also didn't know that when you controlled it, it was automatic. Like, I thought you had to roll regardless. So I clearly
The other ones, yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is too, like, why sword base sucks. I think, in my opinion, it sucks for Criminal Syndicate because it doesn't matter if you count as 2 on it. You're always going to be 1. It's always going to be 1 die, no matter what.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But even just like not moving
Right.
certain characters when I did,
Right.
I would have approached like, I mean, even what you said already just a moment ago, like I would have leaned, move up,
Yeah.
grab the virus. Like there's no
Right.
reason to roll because I'm
Yeah.
already there.
You're already there.
So
Yeah.
yep.
Mhm.
So I now understand this objective. So hey, you want to play again? That was practice, right?
That was a practice game. Yeah, it was just a practice. Shout outs to Homer Simpson, but yeah, no. No, dude, that's crazy, man. Nah, man. Outside of that, I mean, like, you know, I think you played good, man. It was a fun game to watch. You know,
That's good.
yeah, no, absolutely. It was my first like commentary, you know, game going on here, so it was interesting. You know, but nah, man, crazy. Nah, good stuff. I mean, anything else you guys want to say, or um,
I'm tired.
I hear you,
No.
man. All right, man. Cool.
It was a good game, Brian. Thanks for playing.
No, thank you, Sam. Good luck the rest of the way.
Absolutely. You guys take
Thank you.
care. I'm gonna head out too. I'm gonna stop the stream right here, well, in a little bit, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.